Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing three word problems of the day. All of them are dealing with what we reviewed yesterday as division. So we're going to hop right in. I got a funny story to tell you guys while we're waiting for my computer to load. Yesterday when I was sitting at the house, I realized that I was hearing the squeaking noise. And I thought it might have been my ceiling fan. Maybe it was the air conditioning because we turned the air conditioner on for the first time. And I turned the TV off, trying to figure out what the noise is, and I realized it was coming from my attic. So I called my daddy, and he came over here, and we have bats in our attic. And not just like one or two bats, like multiple bats. And so we had to call the pest control guy this morning to come in and seal where the bats were coming in at, like where your house meets. Like this, you have something called an eave, and they were kind of slithering through the side. So we called somebody and they came in and like cleaned all the bat poop and the dead bats and stuff out of our eaves and closed them up and stuff. And so when we called and made the appointment, the gentleman told us that it's best to work at when it's still dark outside, working with bats because they're normally gone still when it's dark outside. So we're thinking, oh, okay, he's going to come over to the house at like 8:30 tonight. No, he was here 6:15 this morning in my attic, banging around. I don't even wake up at 6:15 when we have a normal day at school. So that's why the video is coming this early. I hope you guys are getting to sleep in a little bit more today. So let's go ahead and get started. Marcus has 700 marbles. He gave away 175 marbles and put the remaining marbles equally into 5 bags. How many marbles are in each bag? So let's highlight some keywords here. Okay. Keywords. Gave away is a good keyword. Remaining, equally, each. Okay. So, and then let's box out my little, or circle my numbers. I got 175, 705. So using my clues, I have 3 numbers. And sometimes when you have 3 numbers in a word problem, unless they're trying to trick you, that means you're going to do a 2-step. I also have a clue that I might be doing 2 steps with this problem because I have giveaway or gave away remaining, which means to subtract, but I also have equally and each. And I know each means I can either be multiplying or dividing, but that word equally definitely tells me I'm dividing. Because if I'm splitting something up evenly, I want to make sure that everybody's getting the same amount. I need to divide it. So, gave away, subtract, equally, divide. So, let's look at what we're subtracting. I have 700 marbles. Bigger numbers going on top when I subtract. Minus 175. I cannot have 0 and take 5 away. I cannot borrow from a 0 because there's nothing there. So I'm going to borrow from my 7. My 7 is now becoming a 6. This becomes a 10. This becomes, but I need to borrow from that 10. So that technically becomes a 9. And then this becomes a 10. So now I'm all borrowed up and ready to go. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 7 is 2. 6 minus 1 is 5. So he has 575 marbles now, and he wants to put them equally into 5 bags. Well, we said that meant divide. So 525 divided by 5. So there's your first problem we've set up together. I want you to finish solving this problem for me right now. Remember, when you are dividing, you have to do hashtag does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers really? So right now I want you working on that 525 divided by 5. Okay. Finished or not, we're going to move on. But I want you to come back to that word problem, or to that number problem if you need to. Or you can pause my video right now, and when you get your answer, then continue to press play. All right, second word problem. Rosalind made 364 donuts. She put 8 donuts in each box. How many boxes of donuts were there? How many donuts were left over? If she sold each box for $3, how much money would she receive? There's multiple questions being asked here. So that means there's going to be multiple steps that need to take place. So first thing, underline our key or circle our keywords. Each is a big keyword here. How many boxes of donuts were there? How many were left over? If she sold the box for each for $3, how much money? All right. So now let's look at our numbers. I have 8, 364, and 3. So let's talk about our steps here. First things first. Rosalind made 364 donuts, and she puts 8 donuts in each box. So that tells me I'm grouping them, right? I'm putting them into a box. So here's a box. It's got 8 donuts. Here's a box. They got 8 donuts. Here's a box. They got 8 donuts. So I'm filling up these boxes with donuts. And wants to know how many boxes of donuts there's going to be and how many were left over. The word each tells me I can be multiplying or dividing, but I already have a total. I know that she's made 364 donuts already. So I have a total. So that means, oh, sorry guys, got some random stuff popping up over here. So that means I need to be dividing. And that leftover is another clue. What's the leftover talking about when I divide? Good. The remainder. Good, good, good. All right, so let's start this problem work out. 364 divided by 8. Hashtag, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. I'm going to stop right there. Okay. 3 cannot be divided by 8. 3 cannot be divided by 8 because 3 is too small. So I need to work with 36. So how many times can 36 be divided by 8? So let's go. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. No, 40 is too big, right? So that means it can go in there 4 times. And 4 times 8, I already know real fast, is 32. And when I subtract, I'm left with 4. Bring down my other 4, and I have 44 now. 44 can go into 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Oh, I lied. Sorry, guys. 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40. And when I subtract, there's 4 left over. So first question, how many boxes of donuts were there? Well, there was 45 boxes, right? How many donuts were left over? Well, there was 4 donuts left over. So now the question, this question B, the question you're going to be answering by yourself, is if she sold each box for $3, how much money would she receive? So question number 2. Number 2. If I sold each box for $3, well, I know I have 45 boxes, and each tells me I can multiply or divide, but now I'm looking for that total. So it means I need to be multiplying here. So your job right now is to tell me the answer to question number B, or number 2. If she sold each box for $3, how much money would she be making? So go ahead and pause your screen if you need to finish solving 45 times 3. And we're going to start going over our last word problem of the day. After winning $12,632 on a game show, the Smith family decided to save $850 and split the rest. The Smith family has one mom, one dad, two daughters, and a brother. I should say, and a son. How much money would each family member get if they split the money evenly? Keywords first. Split the rest. Save could possibly be one. How much money? And split again. All right, let's look something at our numbers. We got a couple numbers here. We got 12,632, 8,500. I got one mom, one dad, two daughters, and one son. Okay, so they have this total. They won that amount, but they're going to save $8,500. So it means they're not going to touch that $8,500. So the first thing we need to do is subtract. I need to take $12,000, 632, and subtract it by 8,500. Got my bigger number stacked on top. So that means once they put all their savings away, they have the total of this amount. And what are they going to do with this amount? What's those words we have here? What's those other keywords we got? We got split. So they're going to split $4,132 between how many people? One mom, one dad, one brother, and two sisters. So a total of how many people are going to be getting this money? A total of 5 people. Awesome. Okay, so let's look at this. We're going to finish this one up together. So 4,100. Ooh, messed up. 4,132. How many people would we say? 5 people. Okay. Hashtag 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Okay, I got my multiples. All right, 4 cannot be divided by 5 because 4 is smaller than 5. We got to make sure the number on the inside of the house is just as big or bigger than the number on the outside of the house before we can divide. So 41. How many times can 41 be divided by 5? We'll look at my chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. When I subtract, I'm left with 1, and I bring down my 3. All right, 13. 13 divided by 5. Got to start all over again. 5, 10, 15. Whoa, 15 is too big. So how many times is that? 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. When I subtract it, I'm left with what? 3. And then I bring down my 2. 32 divided by 5. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. And I got 2 left over. Okay. Here's where it can be a little tricky. Because normally we would call this a remainder of 2, right? But technically this is money. So it's dealing with the decimal. And I know that you know when dividing decimals, we're not allowed to have a remainder at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our decimal over here. When I'm dividing a decimal and I have a remainder, I am not allowed to have a remainder. What do I have to add to the end of that number to make it keep going? A 0. Beautiful. I'm going to bring a 0 down and make this 20. 20 can be divided by 5 how many times? 4. Beautiful. And 4 times 5 is 20. And when I subtract, I have 0. So now I have no remainder. But let's look at this answer. It's saying how much money is each person going to get. Well, I'm not going to be like, hey, Crystal, you get $826.04. Is that 4 cents right there? Because I would be cheating Crystal out if I only gave her 4 cents. I have 826 and 4 tenths, or 40 cents. So each family member is getting $826.40. There's a lot of good work shown today. So here are your answers you're sending me. What is the answer to this problem right here? Number 1. What is the answer to this problem right here? Number 2. If you have any questions, let me know. Remember, you have a quizzes to be doing. You have Prodigy to be playing. You have stretch math you can be practicing on. If you've completed the quizzes already and didn't like your score, you can always go in and put your name again and put the number 2 beside it. But if you need any help, got any questions, let me know. Remember to send me your answers. I hope you guys have a good afternoon and a wonderful weekend. Bye, guys.